Look up at the night sky. It's a tapestry of stars, a cosmic ocean of possibilities. Each point of light represents a distant sun, perhaps with its own family of planets. Our planet, Earth, is just one tiny speck in this vast universe. But it's our speck, and its story is nothing short of extraordinary. From a swirling cloud of dust and gas, Earth was born. A fiery, molten beginning eventually cooled, giving way to oceans and continents. This is the story of our cosmic home, a journey through billions of years. We'll travel from the unimaginable heat of Earth's formation to the emergence of life itself. It's a story of constant change, of adaptation and evolution. We'll witness the rise and fall of incredible creatures, from giant dinosaurs to the very first humans. This is our shared history, a tale written in rocks, fossils, and the very DNA that makes us who we are. So buckle up, we're about to embark on an epic journey, a grand adventure through time. We'll explore the forces that shaped our planet and the remarkable events that led to life as we know it. Get ready to be amazed. If you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe for more videos like this in English.
Imagine a time before Earth existed. Our solar system was a young and chaotic place, a swirling disk of cosmic debris left over from the birth of the sun. This wasn't just any dust. It was the building blocks of planets, remnants from ancient stars that had long since exploded. Over millions of years, gravity began to work its magic. Tiny particles of dust, drawn together by their mutual attraction, clumped together. These clumps grew larger, forming rocks, then boulders, then planetesimals, the seeds of planets. Collisions were frequent, violent events that released enormous amounts of heat. Our young Earth was a ball of molten rock bombarded by asteroids and comets. But as the solar system stabilized and the bombardment slowed, Earth began to cool. This cooling was a pivotal moment, setting the stage for the next chapter in our planet's story.
As Earth's surface cooled, something incredible happened. Water vapor, trapped within the planet's interior, began to escape through volcanic eruptions. This vapor condensed in the atmosphere, forming clouds that unleashed torrential rains upon the still hot surface. Over eons, these rains filled the planet's basins, creating the first oceans. These weren't the oceans we know today. They were hot, acidic, and bombarded by ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Yet within these seemingly hostile waters, the seeds of life were sown. Imagine a primordial soup rich in dissolved minerals and organic molecules. This was Earth's early laboratory, where the basic building blocks of life, amino acids, proteins, and nucleic acids began to assemble.
The exact moment when non-living matter transitioned to life remains one of science's greatest mysteries. But somewhere in those early oceans, life emerged. Simple, single-celled organisms capable of replicating themselves arose from the primordial soup. These early life forms were incredibly basic, yet they possessed the most essential ingredient of life, the ability to evolve. Over millions of years, these single-celled pioneers diversified, their genetic code changing and adapting to the ever-changing environment. This process of evolution, driven by natural selection, is the engine of life's diversity. Organisms with advantageous traits were more likely to survive and reproduce, passing those traits onto their offspring.
Section 5, A Story of Change. The story of life on Earth is a story of constant change. From those humble single-celled beginnings, life exploded in a dazzling array of forms. Over billions of years, simple organisms gave rise to complex ones, each new adaptation a testament to the power of evolution. We'll witness the rise of multicellular life, the first animals to swim in Earth's oceans, and the eventual colonization of land. This epic saga will take us through periods of incredible growth and diversification, punctuated by dramatic extinction events that reshape the course of life. Get ready to explore the fascinating milestones that paved the way for our own existence, from the reign of the dinosaurs to the rise of mammals, culminating in the emergence of our own species, Homo sapiens.
Section 1. A Star's Leftovers. Our story begins not with a bang, but with a whisper of gas and dust, remnants of a long-gone star. Imagine a vast cloud, light years across, adrift in the cosmos. This cloud, called a nebula, held the ingredients for everything we know, everything we are. Within this nebula, swirling with the faintest of motions, gravity began to exert its pull. Tiny particles, remnants of ancient stars, drew closer to each other. These particles, no bigger than grains of sand, collided and stuck together. Over eons, these collisions grew more frequent, more violent. The nebula, once a tranquil cloud, transformed into a swirling disk, a cosmic dance floor where particles whirled and collided with increasing energy. The center of this disk, a maelstrom of heat and pressure, ignited to become our sun. Farther out, in the cooler reaches of the disk, our Earth was slowly taking shape. Section 2. Gravity's embrace. Gravity, that invisible force that shapes the cosmos, continued to draw in more dust and gas. The young Earth, a growing ball of rock and ice, swept through its orbital path, accumulating material like a cosmic vacuum cleaner. Each collision added to its growing mass, intensifying the gravitational pull. As Earth grew larger, its gravity increased, pulling in even more debris. These collisions, some with objects the size of mountains or even small moons, released tremendous energy. Heat, generated by the force of these impacts, began to melt the accumulating rock and ice. Imagine a young Earth glowing with the heat of its formation. Its surface, a molten sea of rock, churned and bubbled under a sky ablaze with fiery streaks of incoming debris. This was no place for life, not yet. But deep within this fiery chaos, the seeds of our planet were being sown. Section 3. A molten inferno. The early Earth was a place of unimaginable heat. The constant bombardment from space, combined with the heat generated by radioactive decay within its core, turned the planet into a molten inferno. The surface, a churning ocean of magma, glowed with an intense fiery light. Imagine a landscape where rock flowed like water, where volcanoes erupted with unimaginable fury, spewing lava fountains that reached miles into the sky. The air, thick with noxious gases and choked with volcanic ash, would have been unbreathable for any life forms we know. This period of intense heat and bombardment played a crucial role in shaping our planet. The heavy elements, like iron and nickel, sank towards the center, forming Earth's metallic core. Lighter elements, like silicon and oxygen, rose to the surface, forming the planet's crust. This differentiation, driven by heat and gravity, laid the foundation for the Earth we know today. Section 4. The cooling touch of time. Over millions of years, the relentless bombardment from space began to subside. The young solar system, its initial chaos calming, settled into a more stable state. With fewer impacts, the Earth began to cool. The molten surface, exposed to the coldness of space, slowly solidified, forming a thin, brittle crust. This cooling was not a uniform process. Regions of the crust cracked and shifted as they cooled at different rates. Volcanoes, piercing the newly formed crust, continued to erupt, releasing trapped gases and molten rock from Earth's interior. The atmosphere, thick and turbulent, was a toxic mix of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. The cooling of the Earth was a pivotal moment in its history. It set the stage for the formation of oceans, the emergence of continents, and ultimately, the birth of life itself. But before life could take hold, another crucial ingredient was needed: water. Section 5. Water, water everywhere. Where did all the water that fills our oceans come from? Some scientists believe that it arrived on Earth through a cosmic delivery service, icy comets and asteroids. These celestial wanderers, remnants from the outer solar system, bombarded the young Earth, depositing their icy payloads upon impact. Imagine a rain of comets, streaking through the early atmosphere, releasing vast amounts of water vapor upon impact. This water vapor, accumulating in the atmosphere, condensed and fell as torrential rain, filling the low-lying basins on Earth's surface. The early oceans were not the tranquil blue expanses we know today. They were hot, acidic, and constantly bombarded by intense ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Yet, within these seemingly hostile waters, The stage was set for life's grand entrance. Section 6. The atmosphere awakens. The early Earth's atmosphere was a far cry from the life-sustaining blanket of gases we breathe today. It was a turbulent, dynamic system, shaped by volcanic outgassing, meteorite impacts, and the intense radiation from the young sun. Thick with carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor, it lacked free oxygen, making it toxic to most life forms we know today. But within this chaotic atmosphere, a remarkable transformation was underway. As Earth cooled, water vapor in the atmosphere condensed, forming clouds that blanketed the planet. These clouds, heavy with rain, unleashed torrential downpours, further shaping the planet's surface and filling its basins with water. The early atmosphere, though hostile to life as we know it, was essential for Earth's future habitability. It trapped heat from the sun, preventing the planet from freezing over. It also shielded the surface from the sun's harshest radiation, allowing the first life forms to emerge in the relative safety of the oceans.
Section 1. Life's first steps. Picture Earth as it was billions of years ago. The land was barren, the sky a hazy orange, but the oceans, those vast primordial seas, teemed with the building blocks of life. This was the stage for life's grand debut, a drama that began in the depths of Earth's early oceans. No one knows exactly how life began. It's one of science's greatest unsolved mysteries. But somewhere in those warm, chemically rich waters, something extraordinary happened. Non-living matter, simple organic molecules, somehow organized themselves into the first life forms. These weren't complex creatures. We're talking about single-celled organisms, far simpler than even the simplest bacteria we know today. Yet they possessed the spark of life, the ability to replicate and pass on their genetic information. This was a pivotal moment, the beginning of a lineage that would eventually lead to us.
Section 2. Blueprints of existence. Imagine these early life forms, adrift in the primordial soup. They were incredibly simple, yet they possessed something truly remarkable. DNA. This molecule, a double helix resembling a twisted ladder, held the instructions for life, the blueprint for building and maintaining an organism. DNA has the extraordinary ability to replicate itself, ensuring that genetic information is passed from one generation to the next. It's this continuity of information, this unbroken chain of inheritance, that connects us to those very first life forms that emerged billions of years ago. Within DNA lies the secret of life's diversity. Over time, changes occur in DNA sequences, either randomly or in response to environmental pressures. These changes, called mutations, can introduce new traits, providing the raw material for evolution.
The early oceans were like a giant laboratory, a testing ground for life's first experiments. Single-celled organisms, fueled by the energy of the sun or by chemicals from volcanic vents, multiplied and diversified. They were constantly evolving, adapting to the changing conditions of their environment. One of the most important steps in early life's journey was the development of the cell membrane. This thin, flexible barrier encloses the cell, separating its internal environment from the outside world. It regulates what goes in and out of the cell, creating a stable internal environment where the chemistry of life can occur. With the evolution of the cell membrane, life took a major step forward. Cells, the fundamental units of life, were now able to maintain a stable internal environment, allowing for greater complexity and specialization.
Evolution is the driving force of life's diversity. It's a process of constant change, driven by natural selection, the survival of the fittest. Organisms with traits that make them better suited to their environment are more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on those traits to their offspring. Imagine a population of early single-celled organisms. Some, by chance, might have a mutation that makes them slightly better at obtaining energy from sunlight. These organisms would thrive, while others, less efficient at photosynthesis, might struggle to survive. Over generations, these small differences in survival and reproduction can lead to significant changes in a population. This is evolution at work, shaping life's diversity and complexity over vast stretches of time.
For billions of years, life on Earth was confined to the oceans. But eventually, life began to explore new frontiers, venturing onto land. This was a monumental transition, requiring a whole new set of adaptations. Imagine the challenges: harsh sunlight, drying winds, and the need for structural support in a gravity-dominated environment. Yet, life found a way. Plants, evolving from aquatic algae, developed waterproof coatings to prevent dehydration and sturdy stems to support their weight. Animals soon followed, their bodies adapting to move and breathe on land. Insects, with their exoskeletons and ability to fly, were among the first animals to colonize the land, followed by amphibians, reptiles, and eventually, mammals and birds. The early Earth's atmosphere was devoid of free oxygen. In fact, oxygen was toxic to many early life forms. But that all changed with the evolution of photosynthesis, a process that revolutionized life on Earth. Cyanobacteria, tiny organisms living in the oceans, developed the remarkable ability to use sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugar, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. This process, photosynthesis, gradually transformed the Earth's atmosphere, filling it with the oxygen we breathe today. The rise of oxygen had profound consequences for life. It paved the way for the evolution of aerobic respiration, a far more efficient way to obtain energy from food. This, in turn, allowed for the evolution of larger, more complex organisms, ultimately leading to the diversity of life we see today. Imagine a world painted in shades of blue, a vast, watery expanse teeming with life. This was Earth during the Cambrian period, a time of unprecedented evolutionary innovation. It's here in the ancient oceans that life truly found its groove. About 540 million years ago, something remarkable happened. Life, which had been chugging along at a relatively slow pace, suddenly exploded in diversity. This burst of evolution, known as the Cambrian explosion, saw the emergence of most of the major animal groups we know today. Creatures with shells, spines, and exoskeletons appeared, their bodies evolving new and innovative ways to move, hunt, and defend themselves. Trilobites, with their segmented bodies and compound eyes, scuttled across the seafloor. Anomalocaris, a fearsome predator with grasping appendages, ruled the open ocean. For billions of years, life had flourished in the oceans. But as the land masses grew and the continents shifted, a new frontier beckoned. The transition from water to land was a monumental challenge, requiring a complete overhaul of life's blueprints. Imagine the obstacles: the crushing weight of gravity, the relentless drying effects of the sun and wind, the need to breathe air instead of water. Yet life, ever resourceful, found a way. Plants, their roots anchoring them to the soil, developed ways to draw water from the ground and transport it to their leaves. Animals too adapted, their fins transformed into limbs, their gills into lungs. Insects, with their lightweight exoskeletons and ability to fly, were among the first to colonize the land, followed by amphibians, creatures capable of living both in water and on land. Section 3. The Age of Giants dinosaurs rule the Earth. From humble beginnings, reptiles rose to dominate the planet. They were the dinosaurs, a diverse group of creatures that ranged in size from tiny, bird-like dinosaurs to colossal, long-necked giants that dwarfed even the largest land animals today. Imagine a world ruled by these magnificent creatures. Herds of triceratops, their massive horns and bony frills protecting them from predators, roamed the plains. Stegosaurus, with its distinctive plates and spiked tail, lumbered through the forests. And Tyrannosaurus rex, the apex predator of its time, stalked its prey with bone-crushing jaws and powerful legs. The reign of the dinosaurs lasted for over 180 million years, a testament to their evolutionary success. During this time, they diversified into a dazzling array of forms, each species adapted to its own ecological niche. Section 4. A Feathered Revolution, the Rise of Birds. Even during the reign of the dinosaurs, a remarkable transformation was taking place. A group of small, feathered dinosaurs, their bodies adapted for flight, were taking to the skies. These were the ancestors of birds, and their evolution marked a pivotal moment in life's history. Imagine the first birds, their wings beating furiously as they lifted off the ground, escaping predators and exploring new territories. These early birds, though different from their modern counterparts, possessed many of the same features we associate with birds today: feathers, wings, and lightweight bones. The evolution of flight opened up a whole new realm of possibilities for life. Birds, with their ability to soar above the earth, could exploit new food sources, escape predators, and disperse to new environments. Section 5. Adapting to survive life in constant flux. Throughout Earth's history, life has faced countless challenges: climate change, volcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts. Yet life has always found a way to adapt, to evolve, to survive. The story of life is a testament to the power of natural selection, the engine of evolution. Imagine a population of animals facing a changing climate. Some individuals, by chance, might possess traits that make them better suited to the new conditions. Thicker fur to withstand colder temperatures, a more efficient metabolism to cope with drought. These individuals, better adapted to their environment, would be more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on their advantageous traits to their offspring. Over generations, these small differences in survival and reproduction can lead to significant changes in a population, driving the evolution of new species. The reign of the dinosaurs, though long and prosperous, was not to last. A cataclysmic event, a cosmic strike that shook the planet to its core, brought about their demise. This mass extinction, while devastating, cleared the way for the rise of mammals, our own lineage. Imagine the aftermath of the impact wildfires raging across continents, tsunamis inundating coastlines, a shroud of dust and debris blocking out the sun. The dinosaurs, despite their size and dominance, were ill-equipped to survive this global catastrophe. But from the ashes of this extinction, new life emerged. Mammals, small and adaptable, had survived the cataclysm. With the dinosaurs gone, they inherited the Earth, diversifying into a dazzling array of forms, including the primates, our own distant ancestors. The dinosaurs, masters of their domain for eons, never knew what hit them. They ruled a world they thought would last forever, a world where the sun rose and set with predictable regularity. But the cosmos, it seems, has a sense of drama, a penchant for the unexpected. Imagine a clear, sunny day, the air filled with the calls of dinosaurs going about their daily routines. High above, unseen and unheard, a giant rock, miles across, hurtled towards Earth at an unimaginable speed. This was no ordinary meteor. This was an agent of global catastrophe. The impact, when it came, was beyond comprehension. It struck with the force of 1 billion atomic bombs, instantly vaporizing millions of tons of rock and sending shockwaves rippling around the globe. The Earth, once a haven for life, was plunged into chaos. The immediate aftermath of the impact was a scene of unimaginable devastation. A blinding flash of light, brighter than 1,000 suns, illuminated the sky, instantly igniting forests and turning the very air itself into a furnace. The ground shook with such violence that mountains crumbled, and tsunamis, taller than skyscrapers, surged across continents. Imagine the terror of creatures caught in this inferno. Dinosaurs, both predator and prey, perished indiscriminately, their reign brought to a sudden and catastrophic end. The skies darkened as a thick cloud of dust and debris, ejected from the impact site, enveloped the planet, blocking out the sun. This was not just a local disaster. This was a global apocalypse. The impact had triggered a chain reaction of cataclysmic events that would reshape the planet and alter the course of life forever. In the wake of the impact, a deathly silence descended upon the Earth. Gone were the familiar sounds of the dinosaurs, the thundering footsteps of sauropods, the terrifying roars of theropods, the trumpeting calls of hadrosaurs. The world, once vibrant with life, was now eerily quiet, shrouded in a perpetual twilight. The impact had triggered a global winter as the dust and debris in the atmosphere blocked out the sun's warmth. Temperatures plummeted, and the once lush vegetation withered and died. The oceans too were affected, their temperatures dropping, their currents disrupted, their ecosystems thrown into disarray. This period of darkness and cold, known as an impact winter, lasted for years, perhaps decades. It was a time of hardship and struggle for the few life forms that had managed to survive the initial impact. The impact that wiped out the dinosaurs was a tragedy of unimaginable proportions. Yet, from the ashes of this catastrophe, life found a way to rebound. The extinction event, while devastating, had created new opportunities, opening up ecological niches that would be filled by new and innovative forms of life. Among the survivors were small, furry creatures called mammals. They had endured the darkness and cold, their warm blood and ability to regulate their body temperature giving them a distinct advantage in the harsh post-impact world. While the dinosaurs had ruled the land, mammals had lived in their shadows, small and insignificant. But now, with the dinosaurs gone, they were poised to inherit the Earth. The extinction of the dinosaurs was a turning point in Earth's history. It marked the end of an era, the end of the reign of giants. But it also marked a new beginning, a chance for life to diversify and evolve in new and exciting ways. The world that emerged from the ashes of the impact was a very different place. The continents, once dominated by dinosaurs, were now open for the taking. Mammals, small and adaptable, seized this opportunity, radiating into a dazzling array of forms, each species evolving to fill a unique ecological niche. Some mammals grew larger, evolving into herbivores that grazed on the newly flourishing vegetation. Others became carnivores, preying on the herbivores. Still others adapted to life in the trees, their limbs evolving into grasping hands and feet, their eyes shifting forward for better depth perception. These tree-dwelling mammals would eventually give rise to the primates, our own distant ancestors. The extinction of the dinosaurs had cleared the path for the rise of mammals, setting the stage for the emergence of our own species. It was a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable catastrophe, life finds a way.
The reign of the dinosaurs had ended, their era extinguished in a fiery cataclysm. Yet, life, tenacious and resilient, found a way to carry on. In the shadow of those giants, a new dynasty was emerging, a lineage that would one day lead to us. Imagine a world recovering from disaster. The skies, once choked with dust, were clearing, allowing the sun's warmth to once again bathe the earth. Plants, those pioneers of life, were reclaiming the scorched land, their green shoots a symbol of hope and renewal. And among those verdant landscapes, small furry creatures scurried, their eyes bright with the promise of a new beginning. These were the mammals, a diverse group of animals that had shared the planet with the dinosaurs but had always lived in their shadow. Warm-blooded and adaptable, they had weathered the extinction event that had wiped out their reptilian overlords. Now, with the giants gone, the mammals were poised to inherit the Earth. As the Earth healed and life flourished anew, a remarkable transformation was taking place in the forests. Among the branches, a new type of mammal was evolving, one with grasping hands and feet, keen eyesight, and a larger brain than its predecessors. These were the early primates, our distant ancestors. Imagine these arboreal pioneers, their nimble bodies adapted for life in the trees. Their hands, once used for walking, were evolving into delicate instruments capable of gripping branches, manipulating objects, and even grooming their fur. Their eyes, shifting forward in their sockets, provided them with enhanced depth perception, crucial for navigating the three-dimensional world of the forest canopy. Life in the trees favored intelligence. Primates, constantly challenged by their environment, evolved larger brains, capable of processing information more quickly and making complex decisions. This increase in brain power would prove to be a defining characteristic of the primate lineage, setting the stage for the emergence of human intelligence. Millions of years passed, and the Earth continued its relentless cycle of change. Climates shifted, forests gave way to grasslands, and the primates, ever adaptable, evolved to meet these new challenges. Some remained in the trees, but others ventured out onto the open savanna, their bodies undergoing a dramatic transformation. Imagine the first primates to stand upright, their backs straightening, their legs lengthening, their hands freed from the demands of locomotion. This transition to bipedalism, walking on two legs, was a pivotal moment in human evolution. It allowed our ancestors to see farther, to cover greater distances, and to free their hands for carrying food, tools, and even infants. Walking upright came with other advantages. It exposed less of the body to the harsh sun of the savanna, helping to regulate body temperature. It also freed the hands for communication, allowing our ancestors to develop complex gestures and signals that would eventually evolve into language. From those first tentative steps on the African savanna, a new kind of primate emerged. Homo sapiens, the wise human. With our large brains, our capacity for language, and our insatiable curiosity, we were destined to reshape the planet and leave an indelible mark on the tapestry of life. Imagine the first humans, their minds ablaze with thoughts, their voices filled with stories. They were tool makers and fire starters, artists and storytellers, explorers and innovators. They spread out from their African birthplace, colonizing new lands, conquering new environments, and leaving behind a trail of artifacts that would one day tell their story. The journey from those first single-celled organisms to the emergence of humans was long and arduous, marked by countless twists and turns, dead ends and breakthroughs. Yet, through it all, life persevered, driven by the relentless engine of evolution, the survival of the fittest, the triumph of adaptation.
From a swirling cloud of cosmic dust to a vibrant planet teeming with life, Earth's story is one of awe-inspiring transformations. We've journeyed through billions of years, witnessing the birth of our planet, the formation of oceans, and the spark of life in its primordial seas. We've seen creatures evolve from single-celled organisms to complex beings, watched as dinosaurs rose to dominance and then vanished in a cosmic blink. Through it all, Earth has been a relentless crucible, testing and shaping life with each twist and turn. It's humbling to realize that we, Homo sapiens, are just a single chapter in this grand narrative, a species that emerged from the same cosmic dust that formed our planet. Our existence, a mere whisper in the vastness of geologic time, is nonetheless profound. We are the inheritors of this incredible journey, a lineage stretching back to the very first spark of life. As we gaze upon our planet from the vantage point of space, its fragility becomes strikingly apparent. The thin blue line of our atmosphere, the swirling clouds, the continents painted with diverse ecosystems all speak to a delicate balance, a web of interconnected life that sustains us all. We stand at a unique moment in Earth's history. Never before has a single species held so much power over the fate of the planet. We have the capacity to shape our environment, to alter the course of evolution, even to destroy the very ecosystems that sustain us. This power comes with a profound responsibility, a moral imperative to act as stewards of our planet to preserve its beauty and diversity for generations to come. We are the beneficiaries of an extraordinary evolutionary journey, a lineage that has overcome countless challenges to arrive at this moment. We carry within us the legacy of those who came before, the resilience of those who survived mass extinctions, the ingenuity of those who adapted to changing environments. This legacy is not just a gift, it's a responsibility, a call to action. We must move beyond a mindset of dominion over nature to one of harmony and balance. Our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for all life on Earth. We have the power to choose a different path, one that embraces sustainability, respects biodiversity, and ensures a healthy planet for future generations. The future remains unwritten, a tapestry of possibilities woven from the choices we make today. The challenges we face are daunting. Climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, resource depletion. These are not just environmental issues, they are social, economic, and moral imperatives that demand our attention. Yet amidst these challenges, there is hope. We possess the knowledge, the technology, and the ingenuity to forge a more sustainable future. We can transition to cleaner energy sources, protect our remaining wild spaces, and create a more just and equitable world for all. The key lies in recognizing our interconnectedness, in understanding that the fate of humanity is inextricably linked to the health of our planet. The journey ahead will require courage, compassion, and a willingness to embrace change. We must learn from the lessons of the past, draw inspiration from the resilience of life, and embrace the challenges of the future with a spirit of innovation and collaboration. As we stand at this critical juncture, it's worth remembering our place in the grand scheme of things. We are, after all, citizens of a vast and awe-inspiring universe. Earth, our pale blue dot, is a precious oasis in the vastness of space, a testament to the remarkable power of life to emerge and flourish. Our cosmic duty, then, is clear. We must cherish and protect this fragile planet, this island of life in the cosmic ocean. We must use our intelligence, our compassion, and our ingenuity to ensure that Earth remains a vibrant and life-sustaining world for generations to come. The story of Earth is still being written. Let us strive to make our chapter one of hope, one of progress, one that future generations will look back on with pride. Let us be worthy inheritors of this extraordinary legacy, stewards of our planet and responsible citizens of the cosmos.